Oh, wow, Tom, we just reached 2,000 subscribers.
I know, Lily, that's incredible. 2,000 people learning English with us every day. That's just wow.
Seriously. And to all our new listeners, welcome to Daily English Talk. Tom, how are you doing this morning? You look a little tired.
Yes, I am a little tired. I went to bed very late last night.
Oh no, why? What were you doing?
I was watching a cooking show on TV. I could not stop watching it.
A cooking show at midnight?
Yes, they were making pizza. Big, beautiful pizza with a lot of cheese. I was lying in bed watching it for 2 hours.
Tom, were you hungry?
So hungry, Lily. I was very, very hungry. But it was midnight. I could not cook pizza at midnight.
Why not? I cook at midnight sometimes.
You do not.
Okay, I don't, but it sounds like a rough night. Did you eat anything?
I ate some crackers from the kitchen. Not the same as pizza. Not the same at all.
Aw, poor Tom. I hope you had a good breakfast this morning.
I did. I made eggs and toast. Very simple, very good.
Perfect. I had a banana and mango smoothie this morning. Very fast, very delicious, and a lot of energy.
That sounds really good. Maybe I should try that tomorrow instead of staying up watching food television.
Maybe that is a good idea. Okay, everyone. Today, we have a very important topic for you. This is one of the most useful things you can learn in English.
That's right. Today, we are talking about how to introduce yourself in English.
This topic is so important. You need it every single day. At school, at work, at a party, when you meet your neighbor, when you travel to a new country.
Everywhere, you always need to introduce yourself.
And the good news is, it does not have to be difficult. By the end of this video, you will feel ready. I promise.
We are going to give you all the steps, some real examples, and a few funny stories from our own lives.
And there will be a vocabulary review at the end, so stay until the finish.
But first, before we start, we have a question for you. Listen carefully during this video and find the answer.
Here is the question. Something very embarrassing happens to Tom when he tries to introduce himself for the first time at a new place. What does he say?
Write your answer in the comments at the end of the video. We will reveal the answer before we say goodbye.
Pay attention, you will find it. Okay, now let's get into it. So, Tom, before we teach everyone the steps, I want to ask you something. Have you ever had a funny or embarrassing moment when you introduced yourself to someone new?
Oh, yes, many times. But one moment I will never forget.
Tell me.
Okay, so last year I decided to join a yoga class. It was my very first class.
You did yoga?
I tried yoga. I tried. So on the first day, the teacher stood at the front of the room and said, "Okay, everyone, before we start, please introduce yourself to the person next to you."
That makes sense. Normal, right?
Normal for most people, yes, but I was very nervous. The woman next to me turned and smiled and said, "Hi, I don't think we've met. What's your name?"
And what did you say?
I completely forgot my own name, Lily. I stood there for maybe 5 full seconds, just staring at her. And then I said, "I am a person.
You said what?
I am a person." That is what I said. I don't know why. My brain just stopped working.
Oh, Tom, I am a person. That is the most beautiful introduction I have ever heard.
She looked at me very carefully and said, "Yes, I can see that." And then she waited, very patiently.
And then what happened?
After about 3 more seconds, I said, "I'm Tom. Sorry, I'm nervous." She laughed and said that was very honest.
That is actually very sweet, and it shows something important. Even when you are nervous, if you smile and keep trying, people are kind.
She was very kind. We actually talked for a long time after class.
See? One little introduction can start a real friendship.
What about you, Lily? Any embarrassing introduction stories?
Oh, yes. I have one from a few months ago. I was at my friend's birthday party. There were many people I didn't know. A very friendly man came over and said, "Hey, I don't think we know each other. I'm James."
Okay, normal so far.
Yes, and I said my name perfectly. "Hi, I'm Lily." Very smooth, very confident. I was proud of myself.
So what went wrong?
Then he asked, "So, Lily, what do you do?" And I panicked. I don't know why. I just completely panicked. I could not think of the word for my job, so I said, "I work with talking and words and also people."
I work with talking and words.
He nodded very slowly and said, "Oh, that sounds really interesting." But his face, Tom, his face.
He had no idea what you were saying.
No idea, none at all. We both laughed about it after, and I finally explained properly. But yes, introductions can be hard, even for me sometimes.
And that is exactly why this lesson is so important. Everyone has moments like this. You are not alone.
Okay, let's talk about the grammar for today. Don't worry, it is very simple.
For introductions, we use I am, or the short form, I'm. They mean exactly the same thing. I am Tom. I'm Tom. Both are correct.
In normal conversation, most people say I'm because it sounds more natural and faster. So practice saying I'm with your name right now. I'm Lily. Your turn. Go ahead.
I'm Tom. See? Very easy.
For talking about your job, we say I work, not I am work. That is a very common mistake. We say I work in a hospital, I work at a cafe, I work for a big company.
The small word after work changes a little. We say work in for a building or industry, work at for a specific place, work for a company or person. But don't worry too much. Even native speakers mix these sometimes.
For students, we say I study or I'm a student. For example, I study medicine at university or I'm a first-year student. Very simple.
And for hobbies and free time, we use I like, I love, or I enjoy. All three work well. I like cooking, I love music, I enjoy hiking on weekends.
One small grammar tip. After I enjoy, we add ing. So we say I enjoy cooking, not I enjoy to cook. But after I like and I love, both forms are okay. I like to cook and I like cooking are both correct.
These are your building blocks: name, where you're from, job or studies, and one thing you enjoy. Learn those four, and you are ready for almost any introduction.
Okay, now let's go through each step together with real examples, step by step.
Step 1. Your name. This is the most important part, the first thing you say.
You can say, "Hi, I'm Lily," or "Hello, my name is Lily," or even just, "Hey, I'm Lily." All three are completely fine. The level of formality depends on the situation.
In a job interview, say, "Hello, my name is Tom." At a party or in class, "Hi, I'm Tom" is perfect. On the street or at a cafe, "Hey, I'm Tom" works great.
Don't say, "I am a person," just for the record.
Please don't. Learn from my mistake.
Joyful. Step 2, where you are from or where you live. You can say, "I'm from" for your home country or city, or "I live in" for your current location.
For example, I'm from Mexico, but I live in London now. Or I'm from a small town in Asheville. Or simply, I live in Seoul. All of these are perfect.
Tom, when you meet someone new, do you say where you're from or where you live?
Usually both, because I live far from my hometown now. So I say, I'm from the north of the country originally, but I've been living in the city for about 5 years. It tells a small story.
I love that. It gives the other person something to ask about. Oh, do you miss your hometown? And suddenly you have a real conversation.
Exactly. That's the goal. A good introduction opens a door. It gives the other person something to walk through.
Step 3, your job or your studies. This is the part I struggled with at the party.
I work with talking and words.
Never again. Okay, the rule for this step is keep it simple. One sentence. Job title plus one detail. That is all you need.
For example, I'm a nurse. I work in a children's hospital. Or, I'm a teacher. I teach English to adults. Or, I'm a driver. I deliver packages across the city.
You don't need big, complicated vocabulary. I work in a bank is much better than trying to say something long and confusing. The simpler, the better.
And if you were a student, it's even easier. I'm a student. I study engineering. Or, I'm in my second year of university. One sentence is enough.
I met a woman on the train last month. We started talking. She said, "Hi, I'm Maria. I'm a designer. I make logos and websites for small businesses." Just like that. Simple, clear, and I immediately knew what she did. I asked her about her work, and we talked the whole journey.
That's a great example. She didn't say, I work in the field of digital visual communications. She just said what she does, and it worked.
Exactly. Real English is simple English.
Step 4. This is my favorite step. Your hobby or something you like. This is the step that makes your introduction feel like a real person and not a robot.
Very true. I'm Lily. I work in media. Okay, fine. But I'm Lily. I work in media, and in my free time, I love hiking in the mountains. Now you know something about who I am.
And what does someone say after that?
They ask, "Oh, really? Where do you like to hike?" And now we have a real conversation. A hobby is like an invitation.
For me, if I say, I love cooking shows, people immediately want to talk. They say, oh, do you cook yourself? And I have to say, no, I just watch other people cook. It's relaxing.
That is very honest, Tom.
I think people appreciate honesty.
They really do. And that brings us to the bonus step, step 5. You can tell someone why you are there. This works especially well in classes, at events, or when you start somewhere new.
For example, in a language class, you can say, I'm here because I want to travel next year and I need English to communicate. Or, I'm learning English because I want a better job.
These kinds of sentences show that you have goals, that you are growing. People find that very interesting and very motivating.
I remember when I joined a photography class 2 years ago. On the first day, everyone introduced themselves. When it was my turn, I said, Hi, I'm Tom. I work in media. I'm here because I want to learn how to take better pictures of my food.
Of course it was about food.
The whole class laughed, the teacher laughed, but it was honest, and everyone remembered me after that.
That is the best kind of introduction. People remember you because you were real and funny. You didn't try to sound perfect.
Right? And I made 3 friends that day because they all wanted to talk about food photography.
Ah, see? One honest introduction, 3 new friends.
Now, let's talk about something that some people find uncomfortable. What if someone asks about your family?
This is very common, especially in a relaxed setting, like a dinner party, or when you meet your neighbor, or when you start a new job.
You can keep it simple. I have a small family. Or, I come from a big family with 4 brothers. Or, I live alone, but my family is close by.
You don't need to give a lot of detail unless you want to. Just one sentence. It gives the other person a small window into your life.
I usually say, I have one sister. She lives in another city, so we video call a lot. It shows I'm a family person without telling my whole life story.
And people love talking about family, especially if you mention something funny. Last week, I told someone I have a cat who thinks she owns my apartment.
Does she?
Completely. She sits in my chair, she eats before I do, and she gives me a look when I come home late, like a disappointed parent.
That is so funny. And now I know something very important about you. You are definitely a cat person.
Exactly. One small detail, and now you know something real about who I am. That is the power of a good introduction.
Okay, let's put all the steps together. I want to give everyone 2 or 3 complete sample introductions they can use right now.
Great idea. Let's do a formal one first, like for a job interview or a professional meeting.
Perfect. Here is a formal introduction. Hello, my name is Tom. I'm from the north of England, but I currently live in London. I work as a video editor for a media company. I have about 5 years of experience. I'm here today because I'm very interested in this opportunity, and I believe my skills can be a great help to your team.
Beautiful. Clear, confident, professional. No complicated words, just clean, simple sentences.
Now let's do a casual one, like at a party or a class.
Sure, here's mine. Hey, I'm Lily. I'm originally from the South, but I've lived in the city for about 3 years. I work in media, mostly with audio content. In my free time, I love hiking and trying new coffee shops. Actually, I'm always looking for new cafe recommendations if you have any.
Oh, that's really good. You ended with an invitation. You gave the other person an easy way to keep talking. Do you know any good cafes?
Exactly. Always try to end with something that invites a response. A question, a funny detail, something that says, I want to keep talking with you.
And finally, a very short and simple one, perfect for A1 level, for someone just beginning their English journey.
Yes, you don't need long sentences. Short is completely fine. Here is a simple version. Hi, my name is Lily. I'm from Brazil. I'm a student. I study English because I want to travel. In my free time, I love music. Nice to meet you.
That is beautiful. Every sentence is short, every sentence is clear. Anyone can understand it, and it still tells you so much about who she is.
Simple English is powerful English. Don't let anyone tell you different.
You know, Lily, I think one of the biggest problems people have with introductions is not the vocabulary, it's the fear.
You are so right. The fear of making a mistake, the fear of saying the wrong word, the fear of sounding silly.
But here's what I really believe. Most people are not listening to your grammar. They are listening to your energy. Are you friendly? Are you warm? Are you interested in them?
I met a man last summer at a street market. He was visiting from Italy. His English was very basic. He walked up to me and said, Hello, I am here. I love this market. Very beautiful. You speak Italian?
Did you speak Italian?
Not one word. But I loved that man immediately. He was so happy, so open, so full of energy. His English wasn't perfect, but his smile was perfect.
That is everything. A smile and honest energy is worth more than perfect grammar.
I understood everything he wanted to say. He was happy, he was curious, he wanted to connect, and we did. We talked for 20 minutes with very simple English and a lot of hand gestures.
Hand gestures are officially part of communication.
They absolutely are. So if you forget a word, point at it. Use your hands. Smile. People will understand. People will help you. That is a human thing, not just an English thing.
And one more tip, have a few sentences ready. Not a script you read, just 3 or 4 sentences you practice until they feel comfortable. Your name, your city, your job or study, and one thing you like. Practice those until you can say them in your sleep.
I practiced in front of my mirror every morning for 2 weeks before I started the show. Hi, I'm Lily. I work in English media. I love hiking and good coffee.
Did your cat watch you practice?
Every day, she sat on the bathroom shelf and stared at me like I was absolutely crazy.
Cats are very honest critics.
They really are, but it helped. Practice always helps.
The more you say it, the more natural it feels. And when the real moment comes, you're ready. All right, everyone, it's time for our vocabulary review. We have 5 key words from today's lesson. Listen carefully and repeat after us.
Word number 1, introduce. The verb introduce means to tell someone your name and some information about yourself for the first time. Let me introduce myself. I'm Tom.
Repeat after me. Introduce, introduce, introduce. Good job.
Word number 2, background. Your background is your history, where you are from, where you studied, your experience. Let me tell you a little about my background. I grew up in a small town and studied design in the city.
Background, background, background. Excellent.
Word number 3, profession. Your profession is your job or career. My profession is nursing. It means the same as job, but it sounds a little more formal.
In everyday conversation, people usually say job or work. But if someone asks, "What is your profession?" in a formal setting, you now know what they mean.
Profession, profession, profession. Great.
Word number 4, hobby. A hobby is something you enjoy doing in your free time, not your job, just for fun. My hobby is photography. My hobby is cooking.
What is your hobby, everyone? Write it in the comments. We love reading your answers.
Hobby, hobby, hobby. Keep going.
And word number 5, confident. When you feel confident, you feel strong, sure, and ready. I feel more confident when I practice English every day.
Confident, confident, confident. And that is exactly what we want for you. Every time you watch a video on this channel, you become a little more confident. That is our goal.
Confidence comes with practice, and you are practicing right now, so you are already on the right path.
Oh, before we say goodbye, we have to answer our question from the beginning. Do you remember what we asked?
We asked about Tom's embarrassing introduction. What did Tom say when he was nervous at his yoga class?
And the answer is, when the woman next to Tom asked his name, he was so nervous that he forgot everything, and he said, "I am a person."
Yes, that was me. 100% true. It really happened. I was there.
Did you write the right answer in the comments? We hope so. And speaking of comments, we have a challenge for you.
In the comments below, write your own introduction using the steps from today's lesson. Tell us your name, where you are from, what you do or study, and one hobby. We will read every single one.
We really will. This channel feels like a community to us, and reading your introductions is one of our favorite things. Every single comment makes us so happy.
And if this video helped you today, please give it a like. It takes just 1 second and it helps so many more people find our channel.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe to Daily English Talk right now. We upload a new lesson every single day.
Every day, because we believe that learning a little bit every day is the fastest way to grow.
Every day. New words, new stories, new confidence, right here.
You are doing so well. Every day you come back and practice, you get a little bit better, and that is something to feel really proud of.
We believe in you. We really do. Keep going. Don't stop.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for spending this time with us today.
It was an absolute joy. Take care of yourselves.